All right, you're welcome back to Heroic Universal Concept International. This is an opportunity to edit the website of one of my students, Shine. Okay, she's having a problem in ajax. Okay, so let's make the corrections together. Let's edit it. Let's find out where the problem is. All right, now let's go there. And this is the problem. First of all, this is the site. She's trying to use ajax to submit a file. Okay, I'll just figure out the issue and tell her how to solve it. Okay, I don't have the database here, but once she's able to solve this, she won't have any problem anymore. Okay. That's it. So the problem now is that when you type in your name and your email, then you will submit, it will refresh the page. You know, in ajax, if you are using ajax, the page is supposed not to refresh. It's supposed to submit the content of this field through the background. It will just submit it without refreshing the page. Do you understand? But the page is refreshing. Okay, so let me close this stuff and open all this. Okay, let me open this from the beginning, from the copy of this file. Okay, and this is the copy of the file. Okay. So I'm going to open the sample page, and this is where the form is, the registration form is. Okay, all right, and this is the ID of the form. Now let's open the JavaScript. This is the JavaScript script 2. Okay, now first of all, I think you need to move this up somewhere here. Okay, all right, so after that, now let me check if you made any error here. Let me check foremost. I found the error here. There's an error here. Okay, but let me show you the console is supposed to show the error. When you right click here, you click on it, inspect, click on console here, so that you see, do you see there is uncut syntax error, invalid assignment, left hand side. If you should click on this script now, no, script 2, the error affected script 2. This one is for script, so you don't need to bother here because we are not using it for now. You're using script 2. Okay, so if you click here now, it will show you exactly where the error is. You see this line, this is where the error is, and this is the same error I detected. Okay, now what are you going to do? Let me explain to you properly here. If you watch, you see that in this you put equal sign inside it. This one, in this full name, you plus sign, equal sign is inside before this plus outside. So this equal sign is supposed to be inside like this. I just dragged it inside now. This is how it's supposed to be. This plus is now concatenating, that is, it is attaching this email to this plus sign. Plus sign is supposed not to be outside, it's supposed to be inside. This is how it is now. That's how that's how it's supposed to be, and this is where the problem is. Okay, this is where the problem is. Okay, once you solve it, everything is solved. Okay, so that's it. One more thing before we will now go to check it out. Let me open ajax underscore reach. When you come to this ajax underscore reach, let me check something. Let me see, inserting to student, first name, email, values, first name. So you see this, there's supposed not to be any space here, you know. Just close it so that you won't have any problem submitting. You have to close the space so you don't put empty space here. Okay, so the way it is closed now, it's okay. It shouldn't be like this, shouldn't make a space like this. You should close it off. Okay, all right, so I think every other one's okay. It's okay. All right. So that's it. I'll save now. I'll go back and refresh. I will refresh the page. Okay, let me try to submit. Let's see if it will still do. Do you see? You did not refresh the page now. You understand? So if I should look at it, if I should check if this is submitting, I will just do console.log. You know, I'm not submitting to the database, but you are the one to do that. I don't have your database yet. You understand? But it will be easy. Once you solve this one, submitting it to the database won't be an issue. Okay, so let me just do console.log. So I just want to see if I'm getting the email, if I'm actually submitting the email now. Let's see. Let me refresh and submit. I'll refresh and submit now. The email. Now let's go to logs. Okay, let me clear cache. You know, you have to clear cache. Sometimes when you make changes with JavaScript, try to clear cache. Okay, then try again. Okay, let me submit again. Okay, let me. The console.log is not submitting. Let me find out where the problem is. Console.log email. Your email is correct. Okay, sorry, I put return here. Put return here. Sorry about that. Okay. You know, return, when you put return here, you know what will happen? It will just stop here. It will not move down. It won't continue to read the code. You understand? So I've cleared it. You put return. You see this return I put here. You put return when you want to. Maybe you don't want the rest of the code to be read. You just want the reading of the code to stop somewhere. Then you click on return. You can just say return false or something, or just return. Okay, so that's by the way. Now that I've saved it again, let me refresh again. Let's submit again. Do you see it submitted the email for me? Okay, if I should submit full name, it will also submit successfully. Paste. Okay, let's submit again. Let me refresh. You know, you have to refresh. Okay, then you submit. You see, I was able to submit Joe, which is Joe. So this way you are good to go. You understand? So in this ajax register, if you also want to check if you're able to send this to ajax register underscore ajax.php. If you want to check whether you're able to send it there, you know what we're going to do? Just echo register here. You can come here, echo email, maybe exit. Just what I did is I just want to echo this to show that whether we're able to get here, whether this email was able to get to this page. This exit will stop it from, it will not read this code, just like a return in JavaScript. You understand? It will not read the rest of this code. It will just stop here. Okay, to just show this email from this page. Okay, just to know if this email was able to be transported from JavaScript to this PHP. Okay, now let's try it. I will go back to PHP. I will remove this console.log. Okay, then I will. Okay, what I'm now going to do is I'm going to come to. Okay, let me do it such a way that it will show that name to this page, as in to alerts page here. Okay, that's what we are going to do. So let's try it. Now let's check which schedule. It seems I've not saved what I did. You see, I've not saved it. Yeah, now that I've saved it. Okay, let's try it again. Let's see what happened. Full name schedule. Okay, let's see. Let me go to this again, the register PHP echo email. Let me check on underscore post email. Okay, the underscore post full name require config. Okay, first and foremost, let me let me see if I will just do console.log first. From here, just do console.log so that I will this response text. Oh, there's a mistake you made. Always don't put space. This space will make things up for you. No space. This, always watch my tutorial well. No space here. This dot. When you're putting dot something, don't put space. You understand me? Okay. Okay, now let me try it here. Let me see if it will work fine now. Let me see if it will show email here. Let me refresh it. Alright, did I save? Oh, I didn't save. Oh, okay, undefined. It's showing undefined here. That means this email was not able to get there. Let me check what happened. Email equals to email. Okay, ajax underscore reg dot p register underscore ajax dot php through. Let me check and see what happened. Register underscore ajax. First and foremost, let's check. This register underscore ajax is in ajax folder. Okay, now let's go to this and check where the folder. Okay, in ajax folder, right? And there register php. Okay, okay, full name correct. Email. Okay, let me check the spellings to make sure that the spellings are correct. Email. Okay, full name. Okay, okay. Email, full name. Let me check. First of all, before I submit this, let me just all the way just follow all this debugging process and make it so you will learn a lot in this debug. So when you encounter error, you know how to debug it. Okay, let me just echo test instead of echoing email. Echo just this. Let me see if it will echo. You know why I'm echoing test here? Just to confirm if this JavaScript was able to, to confirm if Ajax was able to move from JavaScript to this page. If this test echoed, it means I got to this page. You understand? Okay, so let's do it again. Undefined. Okay, that means it wasn't able to get there. Still undefined now. So let's go to JavaScript and find out what it is on register change. If this equals to 4 and this dot status equals to 200 on register change. Dot send post function true. Request header. Okay. Okay, just 1 minute to avoid this video being too lengthy. I will pause it a bit so that I will take my time to find out where it is. You know, if it becomes too lengthy, it will be difficult to upload in YouTube. Okay, so when I find out where the error is, I will explain it to you. Okay. Okay, I've seen where the problem is. Let me show you. First of all, let me uncomment this thing I commented. Let me first of all show you what I did, so it will help you on your debugging process when you are debuggers and when you are trying to find out errors. I just did console.log, then I put test here. What I did just to test to make sure that it is sending request to this page. If it is sending request to this page and if it is receiving response, then this console.log, this test will appear in the console, and it's worked. It shows in the console, shows that it is getting response, only that it is not getting a specific response and something must be wrong. And I found out that I found this out. I will solve this. Once I solve this, I will now know if this is the problem or if there's another problem apart from this. Okay, so one thing I found out is that here where we put email, we're supposed to put and Okay, you're supposed to put and like this here, and email. Okay, and email equals to email. You understand? If you watch my tutorial, you're going to see that I put and here. This and is important because you know this is going to be in a URL, so this and is important. Okay, so with this now, I believe everything will work out fine. And let me check if there's any other thing. None that I know. Okay, let me save. Let me try it again. Okay, what I will do now is I'm going to console. I'm going to check this response text in the console. Now save. Now let's save it. Okay, now let's run it again. Still undefined. I believe I saved. Okay, I saved it. And let me make sure there's no error. You know, sometimes it's good to have error like this. If you have a challenge like this, don't give up. Okay, because the more you are seeing errors like this, the more you learn. There are like lots you are going to learn. You understand? And debugging is a very essential part of programming. Now, and when I say debugging, I mean finding errors. Okay, trying to solve a problem. When you encounter error, you keep trying to solve it until you get it solved. You understand? Okay, undefined. Okay, let me check again. Okay, let me go to this echo test. Undefined. Okay, I think I have to pause once again to also check something, then I'll come back. Okay, to avoid making the video too lengthy. You understand? Okay, I just found out the issue here, and the issue is here you didn't spell this response correctly. See lessons, you see response, it's supposed to be response. So I've copied it. Let me paste it here. Paste. See response text. So you know, in programming, any mistake, any simple slight mistake in spelling or in anything, maybe comma, where comma is supposed to be, or where exclamation mark is supposed to be, if you miss it, you've missed out. It will not work. You understand me? And that is where the problem is here. They call the spelling. You got it wrong, and that was why it was getting undefined. It was showing undefined. Okay, so response text, always be conscious, extremely conscious of spelling. It's so important. Okay, response text. You understand me? All right, now I can now check the email. If you watch now, you see it's working now. I see test. I should submit now. It's a test. That test is this test that I wrote here. I wrote in PHP part. This one. Okay, now let's try. You know, I commented out everything to test this before I found out where the problem is. Okay, so I will remove all the comments. Okay, here now we'll just come and take the the email. Let me check if the email was able to get here. I will just exit. You know, I'm not going to submit to database because I don't have the database here, but if you want to submit it now, it will be so easy for you to do so. Okay, so let me submit now. You see, okay, there's an error. You say if syntax error, unexpected if on register ajax line 10. Okay, let me check line 10. If okay, you did not close this. You see that you did not close it with a semicolon, and you started if. That was the problem here. Okay, now I've saved it. Try to make all these corrections. Okay, once you make it, everything will work fine. Let me try it again. Another error, you see that error is coming here. You say undefined index full name, whatever. Okay, expect expect two parameter. You made another mistake, and that mistake is this. You are not very clearly watching my tutorials. This my SQLi underscore real escape string supposed to go with parameter like this, with not parameter, but yeah, with this parameter, with this connection parameter. Very important. There must be connection here before whatever you want to add. Okay, but you did not put it, and that was why it wasn't able to recognize this. Okay, so make sure that you added the connection variable here. Connection variable here is very important. Okay, now let's try it again. Okay, another error again. It say undefined index full name. Let me see what the problem is again. Not undefined as email. Notice undefined full name and email. Line 4. Okay. Okay, let me check. Not underscore trim. But if you close everything, yes. Okay, then trim. Close it, trim, yes. Full name and email. Okay, let me see first, and let me go to JavaScript and check something there. Maybe let me first of all clear cache, clear cookies. Okay, now okay, full name. I believe they got a correct spelling for full name. Full name. Let me check JavaScript. Like I told you before, if you are having any spelling error, let me copy. This the email it is referring to this particular full name. Let me copy it and paste. Sometimes I avoid spelling error. Copy and paste, copy and paste. Okay, copy and paste, even though I'm sure this is correct, but let's paste. Okay, then email, correct, email is correct. Let's save. Okay. Another round of error to solve. Okay, I will pause this to find out where the error is also. Okay, to avoid it's almost 30 minutes. Yeah, another issue, another problem here is you came here and you wrote URL encoded. It's supposed to be encoded. So you see all this spelling. Whenever you have issue, try to go to some of this complex area and make sure that you got the correction and you got the spelling correct. I know it can be tricky sometimes. You go there, even just slight error, you won't see it. To be difficult. Even me, sometimes it takes me time to figure out where it is. You understand me? That is the nature of programming. Okay, that is why you should try your best to be very, very meticulous with what you are doing. Okay, so that you don't make some spelling mistakes that will hinder your progress. Okay, so this one is settled. Now let me check it now. Let's check it. So if I should drop now, you see the email is dropped here, and the email also show up here. So that means it's now working properly. Okay, so this email I echoed in this register script. Okay, this one, it has a code successfully. Okay, that means everything is now working fine. Okay, if you submit, if the submission of this if the submission is successful, then it will now echo successful. But you know, I'm not submitting because the database is not here. But I think everything now is okay. Let me check to make sure that you don't have spelling mistakes here. Insert into students, full name, email, values, full name, email. Okay, close. Yeah. Okay, no mistake. You got it right. So if insert, so with this now, everything will work perfectly for you. Perfectly. So take note of all the corrections made. Okay, all the spelling errors, correct all the spelling errors and all the other corrections I made, and take note of them so that you don't make them, you don't keep making the same mistakes over and over. You understand? So good luck.